When I said in my Zack and Wiki review, I wish there were more point-and-click adventure games for the Wii, I wasn't talking about this kind. I was talking about the better kinds, like Monkey Island, or Pandora's Directive, or even Phantasmagoria. It's not that the game is bad, it's just extremely boring to play. In case you don't know, this game is based on Agatha Christie's famous novel, And Then There Were None. But most likely you've seen the movie based on the book, 10 Little Indians. The story is about 10 morally reprehensible people who are tricked into coming to an island and informed by a phonograph that each one is a killer. And slowly they each die in a way of a famous nursery rhyme.
Chapter 1. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9.
When I say 10, that's what the original book was about. This game has you play as an 11th character. You are a person who ferried all the characters to the island. In a bit of bad luck, someone has destroyed your boat, and you cannot leave. So what do you decide to do? Break into everyone's room and take their stuff. I know it's unfair to expect anything else from an adventure game, but his character is so choosy about the stuff he'll take. He won't take a doctor's bag, but he doesn't mind toting around a telescope and a tripod. He also makes no sense when it comes to the notes in the game. Instead of just taking the note like any normal person would, he'll just write down in his journal what it said. That might be fine for a couple paragraphs, but they show him copying entire books into his journal in less than a few seconds. Boy, can he write fast. Now later in the game, the other characters will start to object to your rampant thieving and snooping, and you'll have to deal with their growing suspicion of you. But all you have to do to get back in their favor is to solve puzzles and tasks for their characters. The house is really big and completely nondescript. It couldn't have been more plain and dull. There was no way other than making a map to remember whose room is whose, which could be a real problem when you had to go to certain rooms for fetch quests for other characters. Now the developers did add one thing in for the Wii version, Wii motion controls. Here's the fun part about it. They don't tell you how to do them. It wasn't an omission, it was on purpose. They state quite arrogantly it's part of the puzzles of the game. This is the point where I have to say bullshit. You don't do that. The Wii controls already hit and miss with this game, let alone making you figure them out on your own. Opening the door is a good example. You hold the A button down and turn it counterclockwise and it opens the door. Most of the time. However, if you push the A button and turn it clockwise like I think normal people who open doors do, it won't work. The graphics look nice and the characters themselves were modeled well. The voices were British, but that was appropriate for the game. But the dialogue was very dry and didn't help the monotony of the game. Even saving the game was a pain. You had to either move to another save spot or delete one and put it there. Have the developers never heard of a concept of overwriting a save file like every other adventure game? The puzzles themselves range from simple to completely illogical and ridiculous. I don't know if this is a positive, but there are 4 different endings in the game. Thank goodness that to see them all you have to do is change 1 or 2 different things towards the end of the game. If you like the book for its clever ending and surprising twists, you will really hate this game. While they do give you the option to watch the original ending of the book, the game itself has a completely different person as the killer. It's basically telling you it's got a better ending than the book. The game is $25, and if you're a real detective, you might be able to figure out by now I'm not going to recommend this game. The worst part of this was I was looking forward to this review. I really wanted to like this game. Nonetheless, the game is a disappointment to not only me, but I would suspect Agatha Christie herself.